Welcome to Standing Out. Thanks for being here today. I'm Trey Griggs, your host and the founder and CEO of Beta Consulting Group. So excited that you are with us today as we approach the Christmas holiday. Hope that you're having a wonderful end of your year. While you're out there on the internet, make sure you check us out at betaconsultinggroup.com. See how we're helping companies to build social proof through customer testimonial videos. Love to work with you. Simply click on that button there to schedule a call with yours truly. Tell us your story. We will help you write yours. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us out there, Beta Consulting Group, all over the place. And my personal handle is Trey Griggs 24. Again, we'd love to engage with you out on social media. Also, as a quick reminder, if you're a freight broker, if you're an agent, if you're thinking about just getting rid of having the back office, the admin, having your MC authority, and just want to be an agent, make sure you check out our friends over at SPI Logistics, success.spi3pl.com. They've got the technology, systems, and back office support to help you stay in your sweet spot. Just some great guys over there out of Vancouver, British Columbia. They live to support their agents, and they really allow you to stay in your sweet spot. Again, check them out at success.spi3pl.com. All right, again, it is the Christmas holiday, so I'm wearing my What Matters Most shirt today. Make sure in this holiday season that you are focusing on what matters most. We all work very hard, but what for? It's usually right there somewhere in your house, walking around, your family, your friends, the people nearest to you. So make sure you get to spend some time with them this holiday season and tell us some stories about what happened over the holidays for you. All right, we've got a great guest today. This guy's been doing some amazing work in the transportation logistics industry for several years and really made his mark recently at MoLo, freight brokerage out of Chicago. So please welcome to the show my good friend and the new CEO of Journey, founder that is, and CEO Will Jenkins in the house today.
Hey,
what's up, Will? How you doing, brother?
what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, it is so good to see you, man. I've been wanting to have you on the show for a long time, and here we finally made it happen. And man, it's just good to have you on the show, man.
I appreciate it. It's good to be here, and it's always fun to kind of connect with you. I love the intro. That was funny. A lot of good clips there.
Every time I watch that, it just reminds me we've had a lot of fun. We do some silly stuff around here. Hopefully, people laugh. Makes me laugh. So it's been a good time. We've had a lot of fun on this show. That's good. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, hey, listen, before we get started, we appreciate you being on the show. As a guest on the show, are you a coffee drinker or a water drinker? Do you want a water bottle or a coffee mug? What do you prefer?
Man, I'm going to go with the coffee mug.
Beautiful. All right, man. We'll get that out to you. We appreciate you being on the show, and decent little mug there for you for spending some time with us today. All right, fun fact for you, and I knew this about you, but some people might not know this about you, is you played 4 years of football in college.
I did. It was a really good time. I feel like I learned a lot, and I actually had dinner with some of my college football buddies last week, and just so good. It's like we, kind of never left. So it was a really good time, man. Taught me a ton.
It truly is like its own fraternity. I played college athletics as well. I played basketball and golf, and those two teams, I just remember we get together still to this day, and it's like nothing ever has just changed. It's just good to get back together with them. You were a Titan. You were a Titan. You played at remind me again. You played at
I played at Illinois Wesleyan in Bloomington.
Illinois Wesleyan. That's right. I always wanted to say Western Illinois because my buddy's the head women's basketball coach at Western Illinois. Nice. And that's not the same division. Did you play them? The whole 11?
No, they are in a different division. We were D3. They're either D1 or D1 AA. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, very good. What position did you play?
I was a corner, so I had to do everything fast backwards, which was challenging, but a lot of fun.
Not ass backwards, backwards.
Fast.
That's
backwards.
Right. Yeah. It kind of sounded that way when you first said it, but I want to clarify, make sure people didn't hear that. Yeah, right. Corners. To me, it's impressive because you're really reacting to a lot of just changes in movement, different patterns. I always feel like wide receivers, in football, always have the advantage because they know where they're going to go, and you're kind of guessing and then have to react and turn a lot of times in different directions. I played basketball, so it's similar to guarding in basketball. If somebody's running or turning, but it's way different. Like you got a helmet on, you got vision's a little bit obscured, and it's just different. So, but you loved it, man. Did you start playing cornerback? Did you start an offense? How did you get to quarterback?
In high school, I played linebacker, safety, and running back. So my senior year, I played running back and linebacker. I'm a little undersized to play linebacker in college, but went to Wesleyan to be a defensive back. So I was either going to play safety or play corner, and ended up playing corner. It was a blast. Learned a lot about the position. But like you mentioned, the people that you're lining up against know what they're doing, and you don't necessarily. You read tendencies and watch a lot of film and whatnot. So I feel like that taught me how to be agile and react to situations, and you translate those things to just life in general. Like you do your best to plan and prepare, but you don't always know how things are going to play out. And a lot of times, like that's how stuff is on defense.
That's so true. It's amazing how many lessons you can learn from playing sports that transition over into, business, into life. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a defensive back has a different body shape and style than a linebacker or a running back. Did you have to change your physique to play that position?
So not really. I got a lot bigger in college because you've got the strength and conditioning coach and you're in the
Yeah.
weight room a ton. And then, you got the lunch or whatnot. So I actually got a ton bigger in college. But I think what changed was just, like the style of play was very different. So I'm used to being like down by the line of scrimmage, at least in high school playing linebacker. And I like to hit. I have my helmet from senior year and that bad boy is scraped up. So it was different because I'm a physical player. I like to hit people and be in the scruff and all the stuff and whatnot. So DB is a little bit different, but we played a lot of cover two and a lot of man, so there was still a large physical aspect of the game.
Yeah, definitely different though. You're not running into those 350-pound linemen as much when you're a
One, no problem.
DB.
I don't want that. I
Uh,
don't need that.
I don't think I'm a little guy too. I don't think any of us like that. But man,
No.
college sports is definitely different. I remember playing, high school basketball. Occasionally we work out preseason, but during the season we were just practicing. And in college, every practice you had to work out an hour before the practice, and then you had a 2-hour practice. I mean, it was intense. And so
Yeah.
everything changed quite a bit for me too when I got to the college level. Everything sped up, everything got faster, bigger, stronger. So kind of the way that worked. All right, so let's transition for a minute because I want to talk about your career, man. You've had a stellar career as a young guy. I mean, you're not that old, and you've done some amazing things already in the industry. You started, you did door. I learned this about you. You did door to door sales with Cutco back in the day,
Yeah.
right?
So that was my first job at 18. And it wasn't door to door, it was all cold calling. And the way they train you, you go through 3 days of training and they teach you the products and things like that. But on your second day, they tell you to bring a list of people that you can set up preliminary appointments with to go see at the end of day 3 training. So I took my high school directory and I called all the kids' parents that I went to high school with, cold calling, hey, this is Will. I graduated with your son or daughter, and setting up appointments to demonstrate Cutco kitchen cutlery. But it taught me a lot at an early age, specifically how to handle rejection, not take it personally. I went to a pretty small school, and we had about 400 students, and so you got 100 kids per class. You're going to know just about everybody, and you can imagine being 18 years old, calling people and their parents are hanging up on you like, no, I don't want to talk. They're like, I don't want to, I don't want to buy knives because, I'm not the first person to ever call them. But it's just funny, man. You learn so much about how to handle the ups and downs of sales at a young age at that organization. Super grateful to have had the opportunity to do that. And really, I'd spent all 4 years in college playing football, going to school at Wesleyan, really academically rigorous university, and then selling Cutco. I was going back and forth between Bloomington and Chicago, learning the ins and outs of the business and how to run an office and whatnot. So I had a great experience there, and even had a chance at 20. So this was the summer of 2006 to run an office of my own. So it was my first entrepreneurial venture, and it taught me a lot.
Yeah, and whether it's door to door or cold calling, it's just learning how to talk to anybody. I mean, you think about your friends in high school and their parents; they all had different jobs. Some were probably in the medical profession, or maybe doing something else in business, or a teacher. Like you learn to talk to anybody. You learn how to relate to people and what works. How many of those parents did say yes? Did you get some meetings with them, and then
Oh
did
yeah.
it work out?
So in my first 10 days, I did about 40 appointments and I sold north of $10,000 worth of Cutco in 10 days. And that was when I realized that sales and entrepreneurship was for me. I
Yeah.
initially, this was June of 2008. And I went to Wesleyan to go pre-med. I was going to be bio and, wanted to be a doctor. And I made a ton of money that summer selling Cutco. And I was like, I don't think I want to go to med school anymore. I think I want to be in sales or build a business. And so I did, really well early on. I had great mentors and coaches to kind of walk me through it. And that first 10 days, I still am pretty close with the manager I had back in 2008, and he taught me a lot, and really helped me work through the ups and downs of hey, not everything's going to work out the way you want it to, but you need to be able to show up and keep putting the work in. But it was a fun 4 years selling Cutco, and that first summer, really laid the base for everything.
I'm not surprised that you have door-to-door experience. Most successful entrepreneurs that I've met, they've done that at some point in their life, and I don't know why that's not more of a prerequisite or something that everybody should try because you find out pretty quickly, do I like this? Does this fit? Or is this not who I am? And I think that helps, figure out some of those life situations. If you didn't like sales, being a doctor might have been a really good option. You might have
Correct.
really enjoyed that, but figuring out that you enjoy sales, you enjoy building something, being an entrepreneur. I just wish more people would give it a shot and see because I'm the same with you. When I got in there and I'm competitive, meeting, talking to new people, making a sale, all that stuff is just incredibly exciting for me. But I wouldn't know that if I hadn't done the door to door myself and learned a
Absolutely. What
lot
did you do?
just
I
over
didn't
time.
know that you did door-to-door sales.
So I went from, just real quickly, I went from teaching and ministry. So I was a youth pastor and a teacher, and it just didn't make enough money for our family because my wife wanted to stay home. And I had a friend who said, you should get into sales. And the only job I could find at the time, we were living in Portland, Oregon, was a door-to-door, sales opportunity selling office supplies, business to business. So
Nice.
I would go literally into businesses, walk in for 40 to 50 businesses a day with the hopes of selling to. And I mean, that's a lot of rejection. You learn pretty quickly how to deal with no's, how to have fun with it, how to try to make people laugh. I learned the value of just making someone laugh and being entertaining, because if you got to buy office supplies, you might as well have fun doing it. So the more that I could make them laugh, so I was always trying to do something that was silly or goofy and just made their day, made them laugh a little bit. Most people are kind of miserable at work. They're
This is
not
true.
enjoying it. And if you can make it fun, I found that was kind of my secret sauce to getting in there and having an opportunity. And then at that point, you learn a lot of skills about upselling, rehashing, as we called it, the money
Yeah.
makers. We always started with paper, 3 cases of paper for $90. That was kind of our intro. But man, the money was in the toners. Man, toners were like $250 a piece, and you could get some good
Nice.
money on those. So yeah,
It's funny that
kind
you
of figured it out.
say that your friends or people that you know that are entrepreneurs have had previous cold calling or door-to-door sales experience. Same thing for me. Like all of my friends that sold Cutco and did it for couple of summers are extremely successful. They own their own businesses now. They're high-powered executives at other organizations. And then my friends in the brokerage space that come from a sales background really do well because when you look at it, revenue cures all ills. If you can go and find the right type of business, the right types of customers, and early on, if you get exposure to that, it makes it a lot easier when you go build businesses.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the founders that try to give away sales early or just aren't good at sales, they're the ones I see that really struggle. So it's a great skill to have. And man, if I have any advice for parents, it's like two things. One, make sure that your kids learn how to network early, like you did, obviously, with your friends and their parents. But then number two is give your kids, a little encouragement to try things like sales and learn how to fail. Because I think that's so powerful. I think too often we tell our kids to get a stable job, and be stable, and be secure. I think the successful people in this world, they don't go that route. You know, I think
Totally.
more people
I
should
agree.
try the door to door stuff and do that. So let's talk about your entrepreneurship journey. You were
Yeah.
at Coyote Logistics for a while, learned a
Mhm.
lot about freight brokerage at that point, and then you and a crew started Molo. How'd the idea for Molo come about? What was that story? Were you guys sitting around playing some cards? Like, man, we can do this better. Like,
Yeah.
how'd that happen?
So I'll start at January of 2017, which is the end of my time at Coyote. So I spent 3 years at Coyote. I started there in January of 2014. I spent 2 years on the carrier side, and I got that job because of a couple of friends that I used to sell Cutco with. So don't burn bridges. You never know.
Networking,
It might
baby.
be helpful for you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So a couple of my buddies were crushing it as customer facing sales reps at Coyote. And I was like, looking to do something new. Seems like you guys are having a good time and making some good money. So I ended up over there. I loved it. I spent 3 years at that organization. But my last year there was on the customer facing sales side. So I learned how to sell to shippers and I built up a team. I had 8 reps that worked with me, and it was a blast teaching them how to go out and build their books of business. Well, while I was leading that group, I got recruited by Transport America, an asset-based player out of Minnesota who had recently purchased a brokerage in Chicago, and they wanted me to be their director of business development on the brokerage side. I was like, man, cool opportunity. I was 26 at the time. So I'm like, this is sweet, 26 years old, cool career opportunity to go and do this. And I jumped at it and went and, I learned so much. I learned how to sell the asset side of the business, learned how to work between, an asset-based brokerage, all these cool things. But kind of like you mentioned, you see the things that are open in the space and you see businesses having success and you go, I think we could do this, right? Maybe we bet on ourselves to go out there and try to figure it out. And so I did what any mid 20 something would do. I took a backpacking trip for 2 weeks to clear my head before I
Go
realized,
find
hey,
yourself.
yeah, I was like, man, do I want to like leave this organization and try to go do something different, or do I want to stay here and try to figure this out? And I left. I came back to the States and ended up, meeting up with Andrew Silver, he used to be a manager of mine when I was at Coyote. So he was the director over the business development group, and I was a manager in that group. And so, he and I worked pretty closely together then. And we sit down and we're talking about, what it would be like to have an organization like Molo. How do we differentiate ourselves? How do we go find the money? Where's the office going to be? What type of people are we going to go recruit? All these things. And we also had two other partners in the beginning, Stephen Mathis, who we worked with at Coyote, one of the top carrier sales reps there. And then by far and away, the best sales rep I've ever worked with. Like, he is incredible, did a great job building up, enterprise style shippers while during his time at Molo. So it was a lot of fun working with him. But we knew that he would be a great person on the team. And then another guy, our president, his name's Matt Vogrich, went to school with Andrew. So we sit down and we're like, man, what are all the things we need to do to get this business off the ground? And so day one was July 5th, 2017. Myself, Vogrich, and Stefan get it going, and Andrew's got to sit out because he's got a non-compete. So he joined us when his non-compete was over in, I think, April of 2018. So not quite a year, but almost a year later. And the main thing it boils down to is just understanding how large the transportation space is, and really how many players there are. And there's a large gap between small to mid-sized players and the big top 20 or 30. So the Echoes, TQLs, Nolans, all these large players, Coyotes of the world, they're the best of the best, right? The biggest of the big. There's so much space between that. And so we just knew that there was a way for us to get in there, provide a differentiated customer-based service, and treat our carriers well, and say, we think we can do this. And so I'm glad we bet on ourselves to go do it. But it took some convincing over the years as you build that business to get internally, like, all your people to buy in the same way, and externally, the market, customers, and things like that to buy in.
Yeah. I heard Andrew talking about, part of those early days and what you guys were thinking about. But, you think about it, you guys started in 2017, but, from my recollection, the buzz didn't really start to happen for you guys till a little bit later. You had to kind of build up to that. But you were shooting for those big brokers. Andrew was talking about how Arrive was like your target. You were like, man, if we could beat those guys' numbers, you had somebody to chase in that regard.
Yeah.
And that had to be pretty motivating to say that that's where we're headed. We're not headed for just survival. We're not headed for mid market. We're going to be one of the big players. What was the
Totally.
driving factor behind that? And what kind of led you guys to go, we can do that? I mean, there's audacity behind being an entrepreneur. That's just the way it is. You kind of think, we can do this. What was it that you guys said, yeah, we can make that happen. We can go after guys like Arrive and keep up?
One thing I think is being young and ambitious and not afraid to fail. So most of us came from a larger organization like a Coyote. We'd seen what it's like to manage a business at scale. None of us built a brokerage from zero to $1 billion in revenue, but we knew what it looked like to execute really high level service for customers, take care of people, develop talent, take care of carriers. So you see that and go, I'm not going to say it's easy, but I've seen it, right? I know what it takes to make that happen. And to be honest with you, the time is going to pass either way. So I'd rather go big, right? Like, there are companies out there that have marketed their services, and they think that they're capable of producing at this clip. Why not us, right? Like, why can't we be the next player to go out and do that? And I think when you boil it down to what customers come to you for, which is the ability to execute freight, pick it up on time, communicate well, deliver that service. If you do that and you have the right people on your team, you can scale, right? If you don't execute the business well, customers aren't going to keep coming back to you, and you're not going to have the opportunity to grow. But if you root your business in service, and you have the opportunity to go out there and find large, strong enterprise shippers and build the right team around them to be able to scale the business, there's a lot of opportunity available. Lots of different ways to do it. Some people want to stay a smaller shop and maintain that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I've got a lot of friends that have 50 to $150 million brokerages that are very profitable. They do very well, super niche, and that's what they want to do. And like you mentioned, we wanted to go after bigger fish. We're like, we think we could really blow this thing up and become $1 billion company. But that was the feeling before day one. Like, before day one, we're like, we want to be $1 billion company. We think we can do this.
Yeah, and I love them. I love that ambition. I think that's just
Yeah,
really awesome. I don't think that people dream big enough. People just don't go after things that are big enough. And I heard this one time, and as an entrepreneur myself, I'm still kind of working through this. That if your goal doesn't scare you, it's probably not big enough. You know, you need
you're right.
a goal that kind of sounds ridiculous when you tell other people about it. And I'm still working on it myself. I love the fact that you did that, that you went that route and doing it as a team. So it wasn't, you know, some people go out and become entrepreneurs on their own. You guys decided
Yeah.
to do this really as a team. What was it about that team leadership environment that was really attractive to you?
I think there's something to be said about taking people who have the work ethic and the drive and the ambition to go do what it takes to succeed and putting them in the same room and seeing what they're capable of going to go do. So I was sitting in a room in probably this would have been March of 2023 this year. And it's a lot of different Molo leaders from individual contributors up to executive level, right? And I look around and go, this is the most talented room I've ever been in my life. And you see what you see the quality of work these people produce, right? The way they coach and mentor their teams and things like that. And I think back to the early days with, you know, Vogrich and Stefan and Silver and myself. And then you bring more managers on and you go out and find really strong, talented people and go, you're better than me at this thing. You know how to do this better than I do. And I want to give you the opportunity to lead and create. And you're going to have a better organization as a result of it. I'd rather have a smaller piece of a larger pie than try to have the whole pie and build small because there are people better equipped to do certain things. And, you know, that's something that I think really helped us early on is saying, hey, we have to build this together. You know, there's a lot of value and being able to use what the collective shared knowledge is to succeed.
Man, that is so good, dude. That is so good. 'Cause I think entrepreneurs think that they have to be solopreneurs and they have to learn everything. And man, I tried that. You know, when I started Beta, I was by myself. I tried that and I realized, man, there's so many things that I'm terrible at. I'm not good at
Yeah,
all. Now I could learn them, but it would take time, right? It wouldn't be as
so much
good.
time.
And it would be life draining. Like it would just be energy draining to do that. And it's taken me a while to figure out, yeah, I need to bring in the people that are way better at this stuff than I am and really get out of their way. That's the only way
Yeah,
that this thing grows, and I love what you said, a smaller piece of a bigger pie than a
dude,
big piece of a small pie. It just makes sense. I think more
all day.
entrepreneurs need to hear that, so I love the fact that you said that, man. That's so good.
You know, you know what's funny? Mola wasn't the first entrepreneurial venture that I went out and did. I actually went through a startup program while I was at Coyote. This was October of 2015 through February of 2016. And I was trying to build an app to help independent contractors manage their expenses more effectively. Because when I sold Cutco, I was a 1099 contractor. So all of my expenses I had to manage on my own, like a small business. And then you could, you know, save
Yeah,
some money
yeah.
on taxes, but I was really bad at that. And long story short, like you mentioned, I tried to learn everything on my own. And I didn't find a technical co-founder. I didn't build a team around me, and it didn't work. Right, I was not able to build that business, and I learned a lot from that failure, which was really just a lesson. You know, spend a lot of
It's
money
a
trying to make
lesson.
it work,
Right.
and
That's right.
dude, it's fine, right? Like understanding that you need to have the right team is crucial. So those are lessons that I'll take with me for my entire life.
Yeah, I like to change that phrase from wins and losses to wins and lessons. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't lose, you just learn. I've learned the only way you lose is if you quit, if you've stopped trying. You know,
totally,
that's the loss. Everything else is a lesson, and it's so good that
absolutely.
you've learned a lot of that. So you guys had a successful exit from Molo recently. First of all,
Mhm.
congratulations. I'm
Thank
excited
you.
for that because I know those are game changing moments for people. You worked hard for about 5.5, 6 years at this thing, grinding away. I know you guys worked hard. I had a chance to connect with you during that time and just see what you guys were doing. And now you had an exit. It's really cool. I'm envious. I'm striving for that one day myself. And now
Yeah,
it gives you a little time to play and to experiment. You know, like some people think that people exit and they ride off in the sunset. Maybe some do, but most entrepreneurs want to build something new. Want to get after it and build something new. So you took a little break. You went
I
over to
did.
Europe for a while. How long did you do that?
Yeah, so timeline wise, we sold the business in November of 2021. So it's been 2 years now. And
Hard to
I
believe, man.
stayed on,
Time
pardon me?
flies. It's
Yeah,
hard to
time
believe.
flies.
Time
Yeah,
flies,
yeah.
man. It's
So
crazy.
ArcBest acquired us in November of 21. And I stayed on. I used to oversee our shipper facing sales group. So managing, customer facing teams, which was a lot of fun. I did that for 18 months after the business was acquired. And then I exited in May of 2023. I wanted to go travel. I wanted to go think and figure out, what I'd like to build. And I have so many great relationships with the ArcBest exec team and Molo leadership and everyone there that believed in what we were building. And so it felt really good to have the opportunity to say, man, I think we're in a good spot. I feel good about being able to walk away from this, and the people that are in place now to help us succeed are still going to be able to go do their thing. So I spent the summer traveling Europe. I left the States mid-June. I got back September 15th, and I spent time in 10 countries, 22 cities for about 90 days. And it was the most incredible trip of my entire life. I was able to unplug. I journaled every single day, which is something I hadn't done up to that point. And it's been really cool to be able to reflect and say, how are you feeling? Or why did you think that? Why did you like that? Why didn't you like that? And to be super transparent with you, I don't think I did a really good job of that during the 6.5 years of building Molo, because you're so entrenched in the business. And I certainly missed a lot of moments or reflection or opportunity to just appreciate the moment, because you're just so caught up in what's going on. And for me, that 3 months was, dude, just slow down and do nothing and figure out what it is you want to go build and what your life looks like and the types of people that you want to have the opportunity to work with, and what's your legacy going to be? What type of cool things do you want to go do? And the story I always share is like, we had the opportunity to build $1 billion company, which is incredible. We did $1 billion in revenue in 2022, but none of us will ever be able to say that we did that for the first time again. It's been done. We did it one time, right? So I'm not going to downplay that it, wasn't incredible, but in the moment, we're like all of us as present and, really locked in and appreciative of this crazy thing that we did, right? Scale the business, 900 plus employees, $1 billion in revenue. Sometimes you got to step back and be like, this is insane. Like we really did that, right? And so I personally, I don't think I did a really good job of that, because you're like, go, head down, go build, go build. So I wanted to just pause and say, hey, appreciate some of this stuff and think about what you want your life to be like.
Yeah, I love the reflection. I love that. It just takes some time to do that. And that's a skill that I think that the rest of us entrepreneurs, we need to do that before we get to that place of the exit, because I can just hear the benefits that you got from that, just from taking time to do that. I know that's an area that I definitely need to improve on. Let me ask you one question about Europe. Yeah. If you could go back to just one of the cities that you visited, which one would you go back to?
That is really challenging, because there are 4 cities that I really enjoyed. So I can't say one. I would go back to one of these 4 cities. I really enjoyed Lisbon, Portugal, Barcelona, Spain, Oslo, Norway, and Stockholm, Sweden, all for different reasons. But the culture, the food, the just like vibe of the cities are all so fun. And I can see myself living in any of those cities, to be honest with you. They're really cool. Yeah. So I really enjoy my time in all 4 of those.
Man, that's so dope. That's on my bucket list. I haven't been to Europe yet. I definitely want to go. I've heard a lot of good things about Portugal. I've heard a lot of good things about Sweden. I mean, there's there's a lot of culture there and a lot of things to check out, which is awesome. So glad you had a chance to do that, man. Again,
I've got a lot of recommendations for you.
I'll have to reach out and get those from you for sure. But I'm glad you had a chance to do that. I'm glad you had a successful exit and just had the chance to have some downtime and to think. And creativity comes out of that. You've got some new things coming up. We're going to talk about in a minute. But before we get to that, my friend, we got a little fun here. Yeah. So we're going to play a game. Today's game is Finish the Lyrics. So here's what we're going to do, Will. We're going to do Christmas edition. Since we got Christmas next week, we're going to have a little fun with this. So this is the Christmas edition of Finish the Lyrics. Here's what's going to happen. Some lyrics to Christmas songs will be displayed in a banner up here on the screen. And then you and I have to try to get, so we're going to be a team on this. So it's you and I together, working together. I think we'll be able to do pretty well. At least I hope we will, since it's Christmas songs. All right. Do you listen to a lot of Christmas music?
Man,
big fan?
I do love Christmas. My mom's birthday's on Christmas, so I've heard a lot of Christmas songs.
Oh, nice.
But we're going to see how I do. I don't know. I'm excited, though.
I know this could be good. It could be not so good. We'll have to see how we do. All right, a little theme music here for us. All right, here we go. Round 1. This year to blank special. Oh, gosh. This is a test run. This is our practice round. We're not going to count this one. I can tell.
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
year to blank special.
Do we?
Man, I feel like I need to hear it.
Yeah. Do we get any
This is gonna
sound?
be tough.
Just the lyric
We don't
itself?
get any sound. It's just
Okay.
the lyrics. I know it's pretty tough. All right, so let's see what this one is. We're gonna give ourselves a little break.
This
It's a
year to
test
make it.
run.
This year to make it special. Is that
Ooh,
how's
this year
that?
to make it special. All right, let's see. Let's see if we got that right. Is that correct? This year to save me from tears, I gave it to someone special. Oh, so
No,
there could be a lot of words here.
so many
Oh,
words.
okay, to save it. Yeah. Give it to someone special. Yeah, okay. All
Yeah.
right, I'm with it now. All right. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is gonna be tough. All right, here we go. This is our official number one. Here we go. The next one is what a bright to rock the night away. Okay, so what a
Yes.
bright time. It's the right time to
Yes.
rock the night away. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, 1 for 1, baby, because we're not counting the first one. Here we go. 1 for 1. Number 3. This is
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad. Yeah, Feliz Navidad, Prospero Año y Felicidad. Got it. 2 for 2. This is money. Here we go. Okay, next one. Take a look, blank. It's glistening once again. Ooh, take a look. It's glistening once again. That's not ringing a bell.
No, I
That's
think I'm
not ringing a bell. Take a look. It's glistening. Okay, so what song has glistening in it? There's okay. Oh man, Will, I'm sorry, man. I'm blowing it here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What is it? What do we got? Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening. What song is that from? Do you know what that song that is?
No idea.
I'm not even sure if I know what song that is. Okay, well, if you know out there, let us know. I have no idea. All right, next one.
Yeah.
You better
watch out.
You better watch out. You better not cry. Come on. You better not pout. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Wait, no. We got it wrong.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. She's just going for the middle. No, we got it. We got it. I said the whole line. We got it. She just took the middle part. Our producer did that. So we got that. Okay, so we're 3 for 4, I think. All right, here we go. Blank is the thing to say on a. Oh, this is Malika Liki Maka from Christmas Vacation. Yes.
Don't know this one.
So Malika Liki Maka is a wise way on a bright Hawaiian winter day. Yes, yeah. Come on, let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Your Christmas knowledge.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, so hold off on that. Have you Christmas Vacation? Is this not your favorite Christmas movie out there? It's a Chicago Christmas movie.
I've never seen it.
What? You've never seen
Christmas
Christmas Vacation?
No.
My
favorite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, there's lots of good ones. All right, but between now and Christmas, Will, this is your homework. You got to watch Christmas Vacation. Just let me know. I mean, to me, it's one of the classics all time. Christmas movies. I can't believe that. You're just so young. This is the problem. You're so young. I was like 10 years old when this thing came out in the theater, Will. You probably weren't even born yet. All right, moving on. Next one. Blank at the Christmas party hop. At the Christmas party hop. This is rocking around the Christmas tree again, I think. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Come on, we got it. Let's go. Come on.
We're good.
All right, we're knocking this out. Okay, do we have any more? Let's see. I think we might have one more. Yeah, final round. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Baby, and really, that's not been a lot. Been an angel. Ooh, what part of the song is this? Santa Baby. Oh gosh, come on, Will.
Dude, there's a lot of Santa Baby in that song. So
there's a lot. This could be any part, but the second half, and really, that's not a lot. That's not a lot.
Hey, how about hurry down the chimney tonight? I don't know. That doesn't seem to rhyme.
Okay, I don't know. All right, we're not going to get this one, but we got most of them. I want a yacht, and really, that's not a lot. Ooh, it rhymed with lot. Oh, see, I would not have got that.
No,
okay. All right, we got like 5 out of 7. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. I think that's relatively speaking. Yeah, that's not bad. Pretty good. All right, so between now and Christmas, Will, you got to watch Christmas Vacation. Give me a report online or send me an email. We'll post it. Whatever. Got it. I can't believe you haven't seen that. That's wild. So your favorite Christmas movie again is
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. That's your favorite one.
Hilarious.
That's clutch. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. We tend to watch more musical related ones. So we watch White Christmas. That's a big one around here. Watch a lot of White Christmas. Have you seen that one? Little Bing Crosby action. Oh man, you're so young. It's terrible. All right, let's move on. All right, so listen, we're gonna finish up the show with this today. I want to hear a little bit about your new venture. You just launched a new company called Journey, and I have no idea what this is. So tell me all about it. What are you doing?
Yeah, so Journey is a recruiting and training business. The recruiting aspect is focusing on the transportation and brokerage sector. And then most of my experience in sales is coaching and developing sales talent. So we've built a sales academy, which has on-demand online training and a community aspect to take high performers in sales that want to network and find collaboration across different industries, put them all in the same place and allow them to be able to grow and learn and collaborate together. I've already gotten incredible feedback from clients, helping them place talent, get in front of the right people. And I think what's interesting when I look at what we were able to do at Molo, a lot of it is driven by the people. You know, we're calling the same drivers, we're calling the same customers, but to differentiate your business, you really do need to have extremely talented people that understand the ins and outs of what you're trying to do. And, you know, it's been fun to help customers find the right talent to be able to drive their business forward. And that's what most of my network is. It's CEOs of brokerages, and being able to help them is a lot of fun. And the training aspect's just near and dear to my heart. I've been doing that for 15 years and I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a combination that I haven't heard before, which is the recruiting side of the business. We have, there's a lot of great recruiters in the industry. We know that, but then the
Mhm.
training side as well. There's not as much in terms of training resources, and you're now going to be combining the two of these. Is there going to be a SaaS product with it? Is there already a SaaS product on the training side, or how are you doing
Yeah.
the training? Talk
Yeah.
a little more about that.
Yep. So the first version of the training platform is online on demand, along with live events that we run. So the community has access on the membership side to take any courses whenever you want, get feedback on how you performed, connect and network with people within the community. And then we'll run on demand, live, in person, and online sessions. So we'll do enterprise selling sessions, a session with the CEO. Let's talk about all the different things it takes to move forward large opportunities. How do you market yourself on LinkedIn? Let's talk about professional sales skills, presentation skills. A lot of those things will be on demand so that people get a chance to hear from others in the space. And I'm excited about that, but it'll be a monthly membership for people that have access to the training platform.
Very cool. And it sounds like, and tell me if I'm wrong about this, but there's some custom training in there. So a company could work with you to maybe create some custom training solutions for their team. Is that correct? Or is it all going to be more generic training?
Yeah, so in the beginning, it's going to be out of the box training specifically to sales. So, not catered to any type of organization or any type of industry. I want to be able to help people in the broader sales ecosystem understand how to progress themselves. And one of the things I learned early on is that if you're not seeking new knowledge to improve, you're going to get left behind by the competition. Like you really do have to find ways to improve every single day. Long term, there probably will be an aspect of us being able to create custom content that caters to a particular organization. I think that probably comes Q2 of 24. But in the beginning, it's going to be stuff that I've spent years creating, and things that I think are relevant to people in a sales seat, to just upskill themselves.
Very cool, man. Well, I thought I heard a
Yeah,
little customization there. It sounds like maybe it's
yeah,
down the road, but
yeah. It'll
that's
be there.
exciting, man. I'm really happy for you. You doing this on your own? You got a team that you're doing this with? How are you going
Yeah,
about
I have
this
a
one?
team. So building out a team of really strong, qualified recruiters on the talent side. And then I will continue to build a team of facilitators on the training side to help pop in and manage and lead sessions. But I've got a great team right now. It's been a blast building with them and seeing what they're able to do, and their ability to come in and execute for the partners that we're working with now has been a lot of fun.
I love it, man. I'm so excited for you. Just love seeing entrepreneurs do their thing, and that's what you're doing, man. So that's incredibly
Thank you.
exciting. And how can people learn about this and connect with you? Those who maybe haven't connected with you yet.
Yes. So my social handle on most things is Will Jenkins WCJ. So you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active there. Also pretty active on Twitter, Will Jenkins WCJ, Instagram, Will Jenkins WCJ. And then the new business is www.journeydelivers.com. And that is our website. Our LinkedIn is Journey. You'll probably look up Journey Delivers, or you'll find a link to it from my LinkedIn. And over time, we'll begin to put content on YouTube and other places like that. But I'm pretty prominent on LinkedIn and Twitter. So two easiest places to get a hold of
That's
me.
that's awesome. Are you getting into the Twitter, to the Freight X? Are you getting into that
Yeah.
that
I'm
conversation?
I'm
It's
happy in
getting
it. I'm
crazy,
in
man.
there right now. Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's been really good. Will, man, listen, I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to be with us here on Standing Out. And man, I'm pulling for you, man. Anything we need to help you out, don't ever hesitate to reach out. But I'm excited for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I love what you're doing. And thank you for giving me a chance to join the show.
Of course, man. We'll talk to you real soon, Will. See you, buddy.
All right. I'll see you.
All right, everybody, make sure you come back every Tuesday for Standing Out. And just a couple of things coming up. We're getting to the new year. Our next episode is going to be in January. Can't wait for that. We also have a couple of events that we're going to hopefully see you at in the new year. We're going to be, well, first of all, hope you enjoyed Reese Across America recently. That was a great event. But we're going to be at Manifest in February. We're going to be at Broker Carrier Summit in Kansas City in April of 2022. We've got the TMSA Elevate Conference in June of 2024. Did I say 2022? Man, I'm losing my mind here. It's time for a break. It's time for a holiday break, everybody. But hopefully we see you out there on the road, and we hope more than anything that you have a wonderful holiday season with you and yours. Enjoy Christmas, enjoy New Year's, and we will see you guys next year on Standing Out, a show about sales, marketing, and leadership, brought to us by our good friends over at SPI Logistics. Be sure to check them out at success.spi3pl.com. We'll see you guys real soon.